wife didn't cheat. She asked for permission to replace me.
I always thought my marriage was ordinary in the best possible way. Nothing dramatic, nothing explosive, just two people building a life together, brick by brick. Emma and I had been married for 8 years. We argued about chores, laughed over old movies, complained about work, and planned our future in quiet, practical ways. I thought that was enough. I thought it meant we were strong. One evening after dinner, she asked if we could talk. The way she said it made my stomach tighten. We were sitting in the living room, the TV muted, the house unusually quiet. She kept twisting the ring on her finger, a nervous habit I hadn't seen in years. She told me she felt restless. That word stayed with me. Restless. She said she loved me deeply, that I was a good husband. But she couldn't shake the feeling that life was passing her by. Then she said the words that changed everything. She wondered if we should consider opening our marriage. I didn't respond right away. It felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. My first reaction was disbelief, followed quickly by anger and fear. I asked her if I wasn't enough for her anymore. She insisted it wasn't about me, that it was about curiosity, about freedom, about growth. The words sounded rehearsed, like something she'd practiced saying in the mirror. I told her I couldn't do it. I didn't yell, but my voice was firm. To me, love and commitment were simple. You chose one person, and you chose them every day. She said I was being narrow-minded, that love didn't have to be limited, that honesty mattered more than rules. I told her honesty didn't make betrayal hurt less. That night I slept on the couch. Not because we agreed to space, but because I couldn't lie next to her without feeling like the ground beneath me was unstable. My mind kept replaying her words, wondering when she had started feeling this way and why I hadn't noticed. Over the next few days, we lived like strangers, pretending to be polite roommates. We talked, but carefully, avoiding the real issue like it was a live wire. I started questioning myself. Had I become boring, predictable? Had I stopped seeing her the way I used to? One evening, I went for a long drive just to clear my head. I ended up sitting in my car in an empty parking lot, staring at nothing. I realized something uncomfortable. The idea of losing her terrified me, but the idea of staying in a marriage where I was optional terrified me more. When I got home, she was waiting for me. Her eyes were red, and she looked smaller somehow. She said she didn't want to lose me. I told her neither did I, but I couldn't pretend to be okay with something that went against everything I believed in. For the first time, instead of arguing, we actually listened. She admitted she was afraid of growing older and wondering, what if? She talked about friends who seemed freer, more adventurous. I told her I was afraid of waking up one day and realizing I was competing for my own wife's attention. Neither of us interrupted the other. It was painful, but it was honest. We decided to see a counselor. Not because we thought it would magically fix everything, but because we didn't want resentment to make the decisions for us. If you ever find yourself in a situation where communication has broken down, seeking professional help can be a brave and important step. A therapist can offer a safe space to navigate difficult conversations. Therapy was uncomfortable. It forced us to say things we'd buried for years. I learned that her desire wasn't really about other people, it was about feeling alive again. She learned that my resistance wasn't about control, it was about safety and trust. Weeks passed. Some days felt hopeful, others felt heavy. There were moments I thought we wouldn't make it. But slowly something shifted. We started reconnecting in ways we had forgotten. We went on walks, cooked together, talked without distractions. Not because a therapist told us to, but because we wanted to remember why we chose each other in the first place. One night, she told me she no longer wanted an open marriage. She said she realized she had been looking for excitement in the wrong direction. What she really wanted was to feel seen again, to feel desired within the life we had built. I didn't celebrate or say, "I told you so," I just held her. Forgiveness didn't happen instantly. Trust doesn't reset with a single conversation. But we chose to rebuild instead of walk away. We chose to face our fears together instead of letting them pull us apart. Our marriage didn't go back to what it was before. It became something different, more honest, more fragile, but also more real. I learned that love isn't just about staying. It's about standing your ground without losing compassion. And she learned that freedom doesn't always mean more choices. Sometimes it means choosing the same person. Again and again, with open eyes, we're still together. Not because it was easy, but because we decided that what we had was worth fighting for. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Thanks for listening, and please subscribe for more stories about life, love, and everything in between.